Hi everyone, my name is Becky, aka.one.little.earthling, and I've been making videos recently about running a pet care business from my 10+ years of experience. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I introduce a new dog to my group. So first things first, you need to make sure before you take on any dog that you are the right fit for that dog. I've got a couple of videos on that. I'll put one here for you so you can have a little look, but you got to make sure that all your paperwork is in place, that you're legitimate, you're insured, and we have our own criteria that each client must meet before we consider even having a meet and greet. So the criteria for the dogs that we accommodate are: the dog has to be people friendly. Since we're walking in a group, obviously the dog has to be friendly towards other dogs or enjoy being around other dogs. It has to be neutered. It has to have a decent recall and be content traveling in a crate, etc., etc. You can decide what your preferences are. They might not be the same as mine, but just have your clear requirements out of each client. When you're asking owners all these questions, you might feel that it's a bit tedious, but in the eyes of the owners, we often find that pet parent, I prefer the word pet parent, it actually goes to show that you are really careful with who you select, and that we always operate in the best interest of their dog and make sure that we are legitimate and that we are a reliable and responsible business who they can trust. So once we've had the meet and greet, we'll then schedule a time to do a trial walk with the dog, and that's a really good time to assess initially the energy, what energy requirements the dog has and the character of the dog, and have an idea which you can then see which pack or day they suit best with. So then we would book that dog in on a day where the group is the calmest, or a group where we believe they would suit the best. So if it's a very excitable younger dog with a lot of energy, we might match them up with a group that is similar. But if it's, say, an older dog that likes to take things a bit more paced out, we will try and match that dog up and integrate with a group where everybody is also a little bit mellow. Another top tip about how you can run your business so that every dog is always integrated and comfortable with their pack is to run a subscription-based system whereby each dog and client walks on the same day or on the same days every week, so that we can make sure every new dog is with the most suitable group of friends. If there's a mismatch in energy, it's usually possible to then swap that dog to another day that works best for them with a pack that they might get on better with. As I said before, we always act in the best interest of the dog and continue to monitor ongoing, so we are sure that they are benefiting the most out of their walks with us. So on the day of the trial, we require the pet parent to be on standby the entire time, just in case the dog is unhappy for whatever reason. We don't ever walk with the owner personally. So I know some dog walkers do, but we personally don't walk with the owner, as this wouldn't be a realistic assessment of how the dog would be with us, because whilst the owner's there, they may behave completely differently. And we don't want to take away our attention from the pack that we're already walking with, because we have to engage with the human client on the walk. So on the actual trial day, we would go about the whole day as if we would on a normal, realistic day. This way, both the pup and the owner kind of get to know what to expect. So we pick up from the pet parent's house, and we very much work with momentum and confidence. So this means that the dog doesn't have too much time to overthink what's happening, tons of praise, and kind of recognize you as the calm and authoritative leader who's about to take them on a fun trip or on a fun experience. So yes, we give lots of praise, lots of treats from the moment that we get the dog into the van, especially, so that they can begin to correlate the walk and getting into the van as a positive experience as soon as possible. So this is probably the bit that is most notable. When the dog is in the van, it's going to smell all the other dogs, so that will be the first interaction with the others. Our van has a divider through the middle, so they can't see necessarily everybody in the group, but just by smelling them and sensing that the others are there is going to be their first introduction to the others. Once you get to the walk, it's really important that you release the new dog from the van first and attach that dog to a long training lead. This is super duper important because we don't want to flood the dog and avoid overwhelming the dog from meeting so many dogs all at once. So by letting the trial dog out first, they can get to snuffle their new surroundings, and once they've had a good sniff, we can then let each member of the pack out one by one. This gives the new dog a chance to have all the space and time to suss out and greet everybody who comes out, and this probably takes about 2 minutes per dog, again, because we don't want to give them too much time to overthink. If the interactions have all gone well so far, then we will swiftly begin the walk together as psychologically to the dogs when we're all moving together as one, as a group. This sort of cements the idea of a united pack and helps with integrating. They begin to learn through observing the other dogs having a nice time that it's an enjoying and relaxing routine with nothing to worry about if the other regulars are acting happy and okay. So dogs learn a lot by observation. As soon as the other dogs are acting relaxed and calm, it'll help ease them out of their shell as well. Then from here, it's a case of just monitoring the dog, how they're engaging with the others. And dogs are like humans, they're all different by character. They may be a bit shy, a little bit introverted, a little bit extroverted, a bit overexcited, perhaps even a little anxious, but introducing them in this way, we find this really helps ease new dogs into a pack, into their new routine in the least stressful way. I hope you found this video helpful. I don't know if you can hear my chihuahua squeaking in the background, apologies, or, just know what it's like, especially as a dog carer. Well, it's difficult to avoid noise entirely, but I also wanted to disclaim the reason I don't share videos and photos of the dogs that I care for is predominantly because of my policies. I have all my clients sign a contract where it says that I'm not going to use any of my clients' pets' photos unless it's for marketing purposes, which this is not. And my dogs already know each other, so it was a bit difficult to be able to coordinate sort of staging dogs meeting each other for the first time, but I hope this video was helpful. I appreciate all of your support. My dog's trying to open the door, I can hear him. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Happy walking!